Hello, welcome to our YouTube channel We Educate and We Learn. We introduced ourselves and the series of Toefl in our previous class. So you may go back to that video if you didn't watch it yet. So it is time to set back to the today's class. Today I'll start by making you familiar with all the types of questions that you will be asked at the reading part of the TOEFL test. So we'll spend a few lectures on that. So let's get started. So here I listed all the questions that you will be asked on the TOEFL test. Okay, so reading test. What is on the test? Okay, let's go. What types of questions you will be asked on the test? So the first is reference types. Second, purpose, third, negative factual information, where the questions will have the negative words. Okay, the number fourth is factual information. Okay, so here's the difference you have to watch out for. So then there is a negative factual information and here is only factual informations. Okay, the fifth is vocabulary questions. Sixth, inference types. Seventh, sentence simplifications. Okay, so eight, insert answers in box like text insertions. Okay, number nine is summary completions, and number 10, table completion. Okay, so if you watch our previous video, so then where I introduced the TOEFL series, I talked about all the reading test and times and the questions. So here you go again. Reading here is our reading test times is 54 to 72 minutes, and the question you will have on the test is 30 to 40 questions. So I have 2 minutes per question. So you have to answer the questions within 2 minutes, so you'll have the 2 minutes per questions. Okay, so here is the suggestions. The factual information, the question that relates to factual informations, that will start all the questions with like 6 w's here. 1W, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you have to remember, if the question says any of these 6 W's, that means it is asking actually the factual information. The ETS website, which writes you the questions that you will have on the test. Okay, so here is a reading practice test. So the ETS website, if you go to their website, you will find all the PDFs for practicing. So here is one. The reading practice set one, agriculture, iron, and one, two, pupils. Okay, so I'm not going through the reading the passages. I'm not going to read it to you because today's video is about making you familiar with all the types of questions that will be asked on the reading test. Okay, so let's get to that. Where is the questions? Okay, here we go. So we have all the questions listed here. So okay, let's not look at the passages, just read the questions. So I'm trying to make you familiar with the questions, all the types of questions that you are going to be asked. If you know that, then you'll better be prepared for answering those questions. Okay, so here you go. The first questions I have here is according to paragraph one, the paragraph that we have seen. So according to paragraph one, why do researchers doubt that agriculture developed independently in Africa? Okay, so here you have to notice the why. Okay, so it's asking questions like with the it starts with why, like so that means it is asking the factual information questions. Let me get back to the previous slide. Okay, so here we go. So the factual information, so I said remember who, when, why, where, what, how, these types of questions. If you see that, you can ask. Also, you have to remember, you can ask these types of questions. That means these are related to factual informations. That means these are factual types questions. So actually, there is another name for it. So you that will be helpful for you if you remember that the factual informations also can be called the details questions, because you have to know the details to answer those questions properly. Okay, let's get back to the ETS slide. I have the PDF here. Okay, so so now we know that this is factual questions. This is asking the details. So you have to go to the paragraph one. You have to find the details that is asking. Then you will answer the questions. Okay, now move on. Let's see. So the number two, what it is asking, in it is asking that in paragraph one, what does the author imply about changes in the African environment during this time period? Okay, so here you might think that it has started with what, so it's going to be a factual information types questions, but here you have to watch out for the words. So the words here, there are some keywords that you have to watch out for. So don't worry, I'll go into detail about that. Okay, so the word here we have to watch out for, that is imply. Okay, so which indicates is the question is going to be a inference type question. So if you find some things, for example, imply or implies, that are added to the questions, like as over here, at these questions like you see up on the screen. So if you find the keyword as imply or implies, that is added to the question, so that means it is going to be, it's not going to be a factual information questions, but even though it has started with word, but so as it has implied the keyword, so it's going to be a inference type question. So let me get back to the slide over here. So like yeah, so I have the inference type questions here, number six, the inference type questions. So the keywords you have to look out for, that is imply, implies, these are the keywords that you have to look for. Okay, so let's get back to the ETS slide. Okay, so number three. Okay, so what the number three is asking, according to the paragraph two, camels were important because they. Here, what I now you let's apply what I have been like saying since I started the video. So what I've been saying is, you have to always ask the questions even though it didn't start with six W's questions. For example, how, when, why, where, when, who. So even they didn't start with those questions, you have to ask the question by yourselves. Like you can ask these questions in your mind. You might go like, why were the camels, or why were camels important? So you can ask that questions with why, right? So if you can ask that question, that means it is also going to be a detail types, which means it is a factual information types questions. Okay, so here you have to be careful. So if it didn't ask any question, that doesn't mean that it's not a factual types questions. You may ask the questions in your mind. So that's how you figure it out whether or not it is a details type questions. Okay, let's go to the number four. Okay, so here what it says, the word profound. Okay, so here's the word profound in the passage, so it's closest in meaning to. Okay, so it's definitely you can catch it. It is a vocabulary type question. So let me get back to the slide here. Okay, so the vocabulary question, here we go, number five. So what I'm doing is, again, what I'm doing is, I'm trying to make you familiar with all the types of questions that are going to be asked on the test. Okay, let's go back to the ETS slide. Okay, So the vocabulary type questions, it here you have to be careful, is that the vocabulary questions, it doesn't mean that they want the answers, they want the similar words of that, the similar, a similar word to the given word. No, they don't want that. They just want what does it mean in the passage, like how does it, how does it relate, how does this word relate to the passage, how does this word fit into the passage. That is what we have to look for. So you have to be careful, that vocabulary question, that doesn't mean that uh, uh, it has been looking for similar words, as similar word to this given word. No. So what you have to find out that how does this word or any other given words fit into the passage. So you have to read the passage very carefully and watch out for these types of questions. Okay, let's go to the number five. That's the same. The word ritual in the passage is closed in meaning too. Okay, so here's the same thing. It doesn't mean that what it is not. It is not been asking for you to get the similar word to this given word. Okay, ritual. So how what it is asking, really asking, is that how does this word fit into the passage? How does this relate to the passage? So here you can, and so you go through the all the answer choices. Then if you have all you have your passes, you have already read your passes, then you have the all the answer questions. So you go through the answer questions, you might go like, oh okay, so okay, this is how these words maybe related to the passes, so this is going to be the right word, because if I chose this, and this is how it's going to going to make this relate to the passage. So it's all about the relations with the passes. You cannot go beyond the passes. So all right, let's go to the number six. Okay, so according to the paragraph four, okay, all of the following are social effects of the new metal technology in Africa, except. So here is, if you find any word of a word, for example, not or except, that added to the questions, that means it is a negative factual information questions. Let's go back to the slide here. So the negative factual information questions is number three. Okay, so here the negative words added to the question. So if a negative word it is added to the question, that means it is negative factual information types questions. Let's go back to the ETS slide. Okay, so here let me tell you something. So the passage is divided into like few paragraphs. So that is what the paragraph words coming from. You might be wondering. So that's why I'm saying. Okay, so let me go back to the passage. So this is the whole passage. So the passage is divided into few paragraphs. So number, there is one paragraph. Okay, you can see there is one paragraph. There is another one. Okay, there is third number. There is fourth. Okay, fifth, sixth, so on and so forth. Okay, so let's go back to our questions that we are discussing. Okay, number seven. So which of the sentence below best expresses the essential information in the highlighted sentence in the passage? Okay, so here it says highlighted. Okay, something is highlighted somewhere. Um, Incorrect choices change the meaning in important ways or leave it out essential information. Okay, so here it's a, what it means is that the incorrect choices, it's not going to is going to leave out the essential information that they are asking, that the passes are related to. So the incorrect choices is going to leave out all those essential important information. So you're not gonna choose the incorrect choices, so which is gonna leave out the essential information. Okay, so let me explain these types of questions. So here it says which of the sentence below best expresses. Okay, the essential information. So the essential information, what it basically asking, let me go back to the previous slide. Okay, so that is simply the sentence simplification. The another words is essential information types question or sentence simplifications questions. Okay, so there are two names, so don't confuse with the name. Anyway, so we can name it essential information types of questions. So here I have the number 7 over here, you might see on the screen. Okay, let me go back to the ETS slide. Okay, so in this essential simplification types questions or essential information type questions, what you have is that you will have a highlighted sentence. Let me go take you to the screen passes that we are. Okay, let me, here we go. Okay, so we are saying as there is a highlighted. I didn't highlight this. It was highlighted. So they would give you the highlighted sentence will be given to you. So on the screen. So you have to answer this. So yeah, it is really super complicated. Like types of sentence. So what you do is you would reduce the complexity and make it simple as possible, but to make sure that you don't leave out the essential information, as the name of the question implies. The it is essential information types questions, so you cannot leave out the essential information that the questions are interested in, the test center are interested in. So here you do is you read the highlighted sentence, and you try to make sure that you make it as simple as possible, but you get the all things that it basically saying, like make a summary of the sentence, but try to get all the essential information, pack pack them into a simple sentence. That is what you have to do. Okay, I'll go into detail in the next lectures of that, so don't worry about it. Okay, let's go back to what we have been discussing. Okay, so here we have number 8, paragraph 6 mentions all of the following as possible causes of burn to explain explosion. Okay, so except here we go. Here is the interesting thing comes up here. So we have except. I have mentioned that accept or not these types of questions, if are added to the questions given on the test, that means these questions is going to be a negative factual information type questions. Okay, so let's go to number 9. Okay, in the paragraph below, there is a missing sentence. Look at the paragraph indicate. Okay, so missing sentence. There is a missing sentence. You have to get the missing sentence and put it into right place. Okay, so here we're going to put. Okay, look at the paragraph and indicate A, B, C, and D where the following sentence could be added to the passage. Okay, these people. Okay, so okay, here is this missing sentence. So they found the missing sentence for you. So what your job is to get the missing sentence. Here is the missing sentence, but it lost. It's it kind of like little child who lost his home, who doesn't know where to go. Like so you have to be a here you have to be a policeman, a cop. So you get this against this child. I mean, in this case of a sentence, so you get this sentence. So you are given a sentence. So your job is to put them into right place. Your job is to take this sentence into his home. Right? So how you do it? There are 4 specific places that are given to you. Okay, so A, B, C, D. For here is it. A, B, C, D. So these questions are going to be text insertion questions. Let me get you to the my previous slide. Okay. So text insertion questions. Where have I? Okay, number 8. Insert answers in box. So here you can say insert the given lost sentence in right box. Text insertion sentence. Okay, let me say again. Insert the given lost sentence in the right box. Okay, why I'm saying the right box? Let me get back to the previous slide. Okay, here I'm at. The right box here you cannot put wherever you want. Like so, you have to watch out for how where it's gonna fit well. So that's how you do it. If you feel like there is going to fit well, okay, that is why you're going to insert this sentence. Okay, so it's all about take this sentence and find out the right place to put it in. Then you once you find out the right place to put it in, and then you put it in. Okay, so again, I'll go through this detail how you're gonna figure it out, which is going to be the right place, from the given places, from the four given places, which is going to be the right place, where we have to put it in. So I'll go in detail about this topic later in my videos. Okay, let's go back to the number 10. An introductory sentence for a brief summary. Okay, so here we go. We have a summary. So that means it's going to be something about summary. Okay, let's read the full questions. Okay, directions. An introductory sentence for a brief summary of the passage is provided below. Complete the summary by choosing the three answer choices that express the most important. Here you have to remember the most important. So you have to find out the three answer choices and that most express the most important ideas in the passage. Some sentences do not belong in the summary because they express ideas that are not presented in the passage or are minor ideas in the passage. This question is all 2 points. Okay, or it's more or okay. So it is our time spending on this number. I guess is the last. Yeah, this is the last questions of a passage. Okay, there we go. Okay, so it is our time spending because you will get 2 points. So okay, again, if so it is going to be summary. Definitely, it says all about summary. So let me get you to the my previous slide where I have summary completion echo. There we go. Summary completions. There is I have 9 number. Okay, so summary completions. So again, what I'm trying to do is trying to make you familiar what are all the types of questions that are going to be asked, that are going to be given on the reading test, so that you know these questions you are familiar with. What are the types of questions? Why are they asking? So you don't. Then you will be knowledgeable of that. Okay, let me get you back to the previous. Okay, I'm at. There we go. What it is asking, you have to write your answer choices in the space where they belong. You can either write the letter of your answer choices or you can copy of the sentence. Okay, so here they give you an example. Then you have to fill up three. So these three. So here there you are given the answer choices. That means here you have to pick up the most important ones so here you have to make sure that from these answer choices you have to pick three, right? Okay, so here you have to make sure that the which three express the most important ideas, which also you have to make sure that which three express the most important ideas that are packed into a simple sentence, like not in a there you don't you don't want to pick up those which express the complete which express the which has complex expressions but are not so important. So here the summary means you pack all the important ideas into a simple place, into a small place. That is what the summary is. You can make a summary of a long story by having all the important ideas packed into a simple sentence. So here you have to do the same. So you have to pick up three sentences, just three sentences. You have to read through all the sentences, then pick up three sentences, and you have to find out which all the three sentences express the most important ideas that has been discussed throughout the passage that you have read. So that's how we do it. Okay, all right. So again, so what I'm again let me get you the okay here. Okay, so what I'm trying to say, what I'm trying to explain is that in this today's lecture, what I have explained is that I'm just make you familiar with all the types of questions that you will be asked. So that is really important. If you don't know that what types of questions that you are going to face, so you will be nervous. So I guess that's it for today. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.